Hi, friends. I'm Gary Mahaffey, pastor of Love's United Methodist Church in Walkertown. Welcome to our midweek ministry moment. We are in the season of Lent, as we know, as we continue our journey to Easter and resurrection hope. During the season of Lent, it is that time when we look inwardly at our own lives, at our own heart, as we cry out with the psalmist, "Create in me a clean heart, O God." This is a season when we're called to pray and fast. I know fasting might not necessarily be the most popular thing in our culture, but it is a necessary discipline. Maybe we fast from those things that are causing us harm, fast from whatever that might be that's causing some sense of tension in our own lives, and spend that time instead in prayer. Spend that time in prayer. I also want to update us a bit on the recent change in the guidelines as far as COVID restrictions are concerned. Things are hopefully continue to be in a positive light, and I don't mean positive test cases, but positive light in terms of turning the corner, shall we say. It's not over. The pandemic is still among us globally. There are still hot spots around the country. We haven't turned that corner for it to be called an endemic yet rather than a pandemic. But certainly we are hopeful and thankful that things are moving in the right direction, it seems. And part of the update of the guidelines being changed a bit is being able to share in a fellowship meal again at church. I know many people are anxious to share in fellowship meals again. That's an important part of life in the church, I understand that. But it's also important to realize that we are in the middle of Lent. Lent is that time that we are called to pray and fast, as I said. So somehow, to me, it just seems a bit disingenuous to fling wide the doors and have this fellowship meal as celebrate when we're in this season that intentionally calls us to the discipline of prayer and fasting. So we are going to be doing that. We are, however, going to have a meal every Sunday evening at 6 o'clock. And that meal is going to be the Lord's Supper. When we partake each week in the Lord's Supper, what John Wesley called that duty of constant communion, we are reminded of our journey during this Lenten season to be ever closer to Jesus when he broke that bread, when he served that cup to his disciples. Not when humanity was at its best, but when humanity was at its very worst. Just before his betrayal and abandonment, and just hours before his own trial before Pilate and the subsequent crucifixion. So we're going to celebrate every Sunday evening at 6 o'clock. We'll have a very short prayer and devotion time and culminate with the Lord's Supper each Sunday evening. At the end of our Lenten journey, if things continue to go well in terms of COVID numbers, we hope to be able to then reintroduce the fellowship meal that so many people have asked for. I also want to update us on some of the horrors that are taking place worldwide with the Ukrainian invasion by Russia. Many have asked about humanitarian aid, what we can do. We can support, the best way we can support is through UMCOR, United Methodist Committee on Relief, UMCOR. There is an advance number assigned to that. So 100%, hear that again, 100% of your donation to UMCOR goes exactly to the humanitarian effort, the exact mission and ministry that you intend to give your money to. In other words, we don't have a lot of money wasted in terms of administrative expenses. As a part of who we are as the connectional church, as the part of the connectional church, those administrative costs are covered throughout our church mission program. So when you make a donation to a specific cause, it goes 100% to that cause. I'll put that advance number to UMCOR on the screen so you can see what that is. Be in prayer for our church, for our world, especially for the Ukrainians and the horrible situation that they find themselves in. I pray that you are safe, that you continue this journey, that you look introspectively, inwardly, as we all cry out together, create in us a clean heart, O God. Have a great week. I hope to see you on Sunday.